Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Dublin Celtic Tigers.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dublin Celtic Tigers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Dubliners, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, but I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
The numbers for Jones last week, 15 carries, 59 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Big Derek Brown making the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got a vote. I've got a vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted him out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 32.
Christian McCaffrey.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Christian McCaffrey.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And it's good to make it 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays.
Tigers 7, Buccaneers nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Stafford, 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think that what they'll do is they'll be very selective about who plays in this game, all right? There's certain guys that maybe are starters, but maybe haven't played as much as other guys during the year. Maybe they still need their timing back. Other guys you're going to put in bubble wrap and put them on the sidelines and tell them we'll see you in 2 weeks.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 12. This is McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the map, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy. And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make. Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
At the 4-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive.
14. Buccaneers, nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
Is good.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
This is Jones.
Ronald Jones, the ball.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must...
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
They'll take over.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignments, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football on defense, too, against a team that runs these RPOs because everyone has to be in the right place. Who's got the quarterback? Who's got the running back? Who's covering the receivers? This one worked quite well on that play.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Christian McCaffrey.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They're making a real first-quarter statement with the run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try to run this one in. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
14-yard line.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. Jeremy Chin there defensively. 21-0 our score after 1.
Celtic Tigers 21. Buccaneers 0.
2nd and 8 coming up. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
On the coverage.
On 3rd down, Stafford into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49.
Intercepted.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game,
and down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And touchdown. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
28. Buccaneers, nothing. Will Lutz.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. Well, from an offensive...
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Back to throw now on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Second and 10. At the 33-yard line.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will take it in for the touchdown. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Bloods to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
Buccaneers, nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that because that's where his head needs to be, exactly what you said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play as if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
Yeah, they've disrupted already for 3 INTs. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, Stafford, a slant to Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Stafford. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and
to throw on 3rd down. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
good. Makes the score Celtic Tigers 35. Buccaneers 3.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game. At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a run with McCaffrey. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
And it's caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. DJ Moore with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
42. Buccaneers 3.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. From the 27, Stafford. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Brings up third down.
And on third down, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Wants to try to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Back to the air. Stafford on second down. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Made at the 36-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Stafford, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
The pass.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 45. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
The pass.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 4 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
Buccaneers 3.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd and 7.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Jaguars who are out in front. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carried by
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they'll run the option here with Hurts. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Buccaneers 3.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
24-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Jones. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The tackle by Brian Burns. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 40.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Pickup.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. The lead is theirs here in the third quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Reuben Foster picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On the give, this is their fullback. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. From the gun, it's Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And they'll send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs ready to take over once again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
To throw again. Stafford, he sets up the screen to Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard. Again, it's Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
On now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. From the gun, Stafford. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Stafford looks to throw again. Caught on the right side, Reed. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
The tackle.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the 31, Stafford to Evans on the slant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Jones. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 20. And now look at him go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
23-yard line.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Yetur Gross-Matos in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Pride. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. They go play action with Hurts. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he fires one incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
69. Buccaneers 6.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford. He'll go over the middle to Reed. Complete.
Stafford's pass.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 2 brings up.
And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Buccaneers. 1st and 10 at the 40.
To the air again, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
On 2nd down now, Newsome. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Hurts pass
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Stafford here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Stafford. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Stafford on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. They'll pick up the 5 that time and a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
57. Mike, 57.
From the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Evans, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Dublin's offense now set to take over. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
On first down, Newsome. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
2nd and 7 at the Bucs 31.
Again, it's Newsome. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
The ball carrier.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this one is right down Broadway.
Is good.
And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
Tigers 75. Buccaneers 6.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Stafford on first down. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard.
And 9 at the 26-yard
To throw again on second down. Stafford, left side completion to Jones.
Stafford's pass.
Looked like a pretty good save play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return.
At their own
Dublin's offense now set to take over, and they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. Newsome, he finds an opening past the 40. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown! A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And this offense continues to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, here's Stafford. Over the middle to Evans. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups. 8 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them. Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. And now here is another interception. Snags it for the pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it with Newsome. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dubliners, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.